And we should be live. Hello, everybody. It's Monday Night Live with Alan and Greg.
With Alan and Greg. I'm Alan. That's Greg.
Yep. We have maybe one person watching.
Wow.
I have, or maybe two. I've logged in so I can sort of see what's going on. Hold on. Here we go. Let me turn down the sound so we don't have any backlash. All right. So let's, do you want to have a little bit of a chit chat before we get into the first liner? See if we can get any audience.
Yeah, you were talking about McCarthy and
yeah,
I see. Go ahead.
No, like I said, I just finished Passenger last night. I don't love it the way some people love it. If you've seen Brian at Bookish, he did a review of his.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
He didn't like it. I'm not quite down to his level where I disliked it, but I understand why he disliked that book.
Now, I read a review from Clifford Sargent at Better Than Food.
Don't know that one.
Okay, he's mammoth. He's got 100,000, 175,000. I remember when he had 300 like 5 years ago, but he totally blew up. But yeah, Better Than Food. He's a good reviewer. He liked Passenger, but he liked the Stella. What is it? Stella Met? Yeah, Stella Mar better. But they're totally linked.
They are. Well, if you don't know that the Passenger has two main storylines. One is about Bobby Western, who discovers a plane wreck. And the other is about his sister. And his sister's committed suicide. It's on the first page, the first sentence. Yeah, it's not a spoiler that she's committed suicide. You know right up front. But that is a storyline in the past of what's going on in her mind before she commits suicide.
Right.
And she's schizophrenic, so she is having some hallucinations or delusions and
she's a math genius, right?
She's a total math genius.
Right.
You know, one of those people. Yeah, her brother is also very smart at math, but nowhere near her level of genius. So that's her story. And I liked her story more than the brother's story.
Well, then you'll really like the second one.
I might like the second one more because it might give you a little more detail. So I see now, I read The Passenger first because that was published first. But I think the second book about her is going to go into the details on what you've read in the first book. So you said, oh, this was a scene when she was having a talk with her hallucination about this subject. And here she's talking with her psychologist about that subject. So you go, hey, it's MJ.
Oh, MJ's here. That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I heard it's a really good puzzle.
MJ. Yeah, we were just discussing The Passenger that I finished last night. And I'm going to be doing a review of that. Or not a review, I'm going to be talking about whether people should actually read The Passenger. If it's worthwhile, if you're just a common reader, to read it. So I have to think about that one a bit before I do my video on that one.
Yeah, I've got like 3 books that I've read that I have to do reviews on. 2 are from Nonfiction November.
No, you know something? I have not done any of my Nonfiction November reviews.
Oh, you haven't? Wow. You have more than I do then.
I read 4 for nonfiction November, and I just didn't. I sort of reviewed one in a wrap up, but I should do a quick review of everything that I read.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, you ready to start the quiz?
I'm ready to start. We got MJ watching. I'll give it a start here. Hold on. Let me get, because I got old man eyes.
Haha. Yeah, tell me about it. I have bifocals.
All right.
I'm always going like this. I'm up for new glasses next month.
And then these are just reading. These are Costco or Walmart reading glasses. So, all right. Let me start. And there are some ellipses in here, but they're not periods. So I'll stop reading at the first period. A salesman who shared his liquor and steered while sleeping. A Cherokee filled with bourbon. A VW no more than a bubble of hashish fumes, captained by a college student. And a family from Marshalltown who headed on and killed forever a man driving west out of Bethany, Missouri. I rose up sopping wet from sleeping under the pouring rain and something less than consciousness, thanks to the first three of the people I've already named, the salesman, the Indian, and the student, all of whom had given me drugs.
You
know
Dennis Johnson? Dennis Johnson?
Dennis Johnson. Where'd it come? You know
Is
the book?
it?
Yes.
Let me think. So the one with angels in it. let me 1 second.
Well, that was easy.
Well, yeah, I like Dennis Johnson a lot. I met him at ASU. What's the one book with? Yeah, he used to come and give readings at Arizona State University, and let's see, maybe it's already dead.
Nah, you got the author. I'll give you the point, but it's Jesus' Son, short stories.
Oh, wow, okay. I love the story Emergency in there. The story Emergency?
Yeah, it's in here.
The guy has a knife in his eye?
I vaguely remember that. The story is car crash while hitchhiking.
Ah, good one. I can't believe I got it.
I got some other hard ones for you.
Well, that was kind of hard. I was thinking Thomas Pynchon at first. Okay, I got one for you now.
All right.
This is going to be easy for you, I bet. I'll start easy. I'm writing this under the appropriation. Wait, I can't even read my own writing. I'm writing this under an appreciably mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more. Know that one?
It's Lovecraft. It's a Lovecraft story.
I'm writing this under appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
I think it's a Lovecraft story. Am I wrong?
No, that's right.
I can't remember the story it comes from.
Oh, it's the first one in the mythos.
Dagon.
Yeah, I thought you knew that like that.
I actually read that earlier this month, and that's...
I know.
All right.
Well, you get 1 point for that.
All right. Are you ready for something a little harder?
Yeah.
And we have a few people watching. We have MJ and someone else. The small white steamer, Peter Strussevant, that delivered the immigrants from the stench and throb of the steerage into the stench and throb of New York tenements, rolled slightly on the water beside the stone quay in the lee of the weathered barracks and the new brick buildings of Ellis Island. I know this one's a little harder.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking New York. Oh. It's not Vonnegut, is it?
Not Vonnegut.
No, I don't know that one.
Well, he only wrote one novel in the 20s and 30s, and then he never published again for 50 years.
John O'Hara?
No.
No. I'm trying to think of New York.
And then when he was in his 70s, he started publishing again.
Oh, man.
It's a very well-known novel. It's one of the most famous Jewish immigrant novels about New York City.
Okay, now I'm thinking like Herzog or Catch 22.
You're way off.
Well, okay, tell us.
All right. Oh, we have another comment from Cry by Four Films. My screen just froze up. Oh no, must be my basement internet. I hope it freezes. Okay, you give up?
Yeah.
Call It Sleep by Henry Roth.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
Never heard of it? It's one of the most famous New York novels of the 30s about growing up in Jewish.
Nope. I've never heard of that. The author either.
Has good stream of consciousness, sort of Joycean.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew this.
Okay.
I knew that one would be a little hard.
Okay, here's another. Let me give you kind of a hard one.
All right.
Okay. Lily, the caretaker's daughter, was literally run off her feet. Lily, the caretaker's daughter, was literally run off her feet.
Is it a short story or a novel?
Short story.
It's a James Joyce story. So it comes from Dubliners. I'm going to say The Dead.
You're right. You get 2 points for that. Yeah, that's the one that's it's in iambic pentameter. Lily, the caretaker's daughter, was literally run off her feet.
Okay. All right.
You got 2 points for that.
I'll give you, since it was a hard one, I'll give you another relatively easy one.
Okay.
They came like a caravan of carnival folk up through the swalls of broom straw and across the hill in the morning sun, the truck rocking and pitching in the ruts. Hold on. Of the musicians on the chairs of the truck bed, teetering and tuning their instruments. The fat man with the guitar grinning and gesturing to the other cars, to others in a car behind, and bending to give a note to the fiddler who turned a fiddle peg and listened with a wrinkled face.
Oh, shit. Ken Follett?
Okay. Let me give you a hint. You have read this book.
Oh, shit.
You have read this book, and you've talked about this book on your channel.
Oh, God. Busted? No. God, about musicians. Oh, Lord. I told you it's been a long day. Shoot.
All right.
Oh. I'd give up, or I'd be.
I don't think the second sentence would help, but let's say we've talked about this author today.
Oh my God! What? So is it McCarthy?
Yes.
Oh, let's see. Oh, well, I've only got. Oh, let's see. Is it Outer Dark?
His first novel, but it is not his first novel. It's his third novel.
Child of God?
That's right.
We didn't talk about that today.
We talked
about it.
We talked about McCarthy today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Child of God. Oprah Winfrey's book club turned me on to that, and that's like the most horrific novel I've ever read. One of them.
It is an odd novel.
I thought that was his first one, but no, third one.
It's Orchard Keeper, Outer Dark, and then Child of God.
Yeah. I like McCarthy. I sent my dad Blood Meridian, and this is what he wrote on it.
First book I ever read. Okay.
Worst one. And my dad likes he's a decent reader. You know, he doesn't read all the classics, but I thought he would really like this because he likes like kind of violent stuff and thrillers and crime and that. But no, he didn't like it. I don't think he liked Mouse either.
Oh, okay.
He loved the Crawdads.
I Know Why the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah, I love that book too. All right, now it's my turn again.
MJ's laughing at something.
She is?
She said, ha, ha, ha.
I hope it's not me.
It could be you. Or she could be
laughing at my slip. I get 6 points full. Okay, let's see. Here's one. Number 4. Through the fence, between the curling flower spaces, I could see them hitching.
Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Damn, man. Okay.
Okay. Do you want a real classic?
Yeah.
This is a real classic. Almost everyone who's been to university studying literature has read this in high school or maybe university. It used to be a high school classic that every high school student had to read, but it's passed on over nowadays. But here it is. The cold passed reluctantly from the earth, and the retiring fogs revealed an army stretched out on the hills, resting.
The Red Badge of Courage?
You got it right.
Oh, man.
Badge of Courage.
Hawthorne, right?
Stephen Crane.
Who wrote that?
Stephen Crane.
Oh, Stephen Crane. So I get 1 for that.
You get 1 for that.
That was cool. Okay, I have one for you. No, that's too easy. I'll save it. Okay, To Be Born Again, sang Gabrielle Fassari. Tumbling through the heavens, first you have to die. I'll say it again. To Be Born Again, sang Gabriel Fassari. Tumbling through the heavens, first you have to die.
Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie.
Yeah, man, you're fucking good. I knew it was going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit. It's 7-2.
We haven't done 7 yet. Have I got them all?
No, you get 2 points if you guess them both, and only 1 if you get the title.
I didn't know the point system, but okay.
I just made it up. Yeah, I'm glad I'm the one keeping score.
Yeah, good. I'm the one drinking tequila.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one. You will rejoice to hear that no disaster has accompanied the commencement of an enterprise which you have regarded with such evil forebodings.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like a science fiction.
Some people say yes, some people say no.
Can you read it again?
You will rejoice to hear that no disaster has accompanied the commencement of an enterprise which you have regarded with such evil forebodings.
Oh, I don't know. I need a hint.
You need a hint. Okay. It was written by a woman when she was very young.
Is it Octavia Butler?
No.
Toni Morrison?
Let's give you
Is it
another.
Midnight's Children?
Wait a second. No, it's not Midnight's Children.
I give up.
I'll give you one more hint. Most people know it from the movie version.
Okay. The Color Purple, Alice Walker.
Okay, you blew it here. It's Frankenstein by Mary Shelley.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. I don't know why I was thinking black women.
I don't know.
I've never read Frankenstein.
You've never read Frankenstein?
No, I read Frankenstein. No, I've never read Frankenstein.
Okay.
I should have. I'll read it next, October. I'll read it for next October or something.
Okay.
Midnight's Children. Now, who wrote that?
Salman Rushdie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I want to read. I haven't read Midnight's Children or Satanic Verses. I got that at the Portland Library sale.
We got someone talking about Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Volume 1.
Is that the 18?
The 18. The one thing I did not do for the first sentence is the chapter heading is letter 1 to Mrs. Seville, England, St. Petersburg, December 11th. I did not read that as the first sentence. I just read the first sentence.
Right. Okay. Okay. Mine are like too easy. Let's see. Okay, here's one. Oh. If you really want to hear about it, the first thing you probably want to know is where I was born, what my lousy childhood was like, and how my parents were. Goes on. You know it yet? If you really want to know what?
Read it again.
Okay. If you really want to hear about it, the first thing you probably want to know is where I was born, and what my lousy childhood was like, and how my parents were occupied, and all before they had me, and all that David Copperfield kind of crap. But I don't feel like going into it if you want to know the truth.
All right. Give me a clue.
Classic novel, American.
Wait a second. Catcher in the Rye by Salinger?
Yeah, there's a lot of clues in that. Like my lousy childhood. You're doing good. You're doing really well. All right, I picked them bad.
Okay. This is one maybe one of our participants will get right away. Okay.
Okay.
I get it. You might not. I'm really going to see if one of our participants can pull this one out. I was
Hey, I think somebody wants to buddy read with me.
yeah. Cry by Four Films might read Frankenstein with you.
Yeah, or Midnight Children. I buddy read all the time. Yeah. Send me a email or something. I'll buddy read.
Yeah. So let's try this one. I was born in the city of Bombay once upon a time. Now, this one you can think yourself through if you don't know it.
Oh, is it E.M. Forster?
We have talked about this book specifically
Shadowram?
in this live chat tonight.
Oh my God, Greg, you're embarrassing me. I don't know.
Well, what books have we talked about tonight?
God, I'm not even drinking. You mean since we've been on here?
Since we've been on.
Well, it's got to be Salman Rushdie, I bet. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll go with Midnight Children.
That is right.
Thanks for all the hints. Okay, it's 4-7.
But you got a 6-point lead. You got a 6-point spread.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, here's an easy one. Once upon a time, and a very good time it was, there was a moo cow coming down the road, and this moo cow that was coming down the road met a nicest little boy named Baby Toku.
Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce.
Mine are too easy.
I just know you. I know what's in your head sometimes. All right. So, what type? Let's see. Should I give you something real easy?
Yeah.
What? Or one that you have read or haven't?
Give me an easy one.
Give you an easy one. I don't know if you've read this. I'll give it to you. You might have read it. It's kind of a long sentence. Abandon. No, let me read the whole sentence here because it has sort of like a trick beginning. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here, is scrawled in blood red lettering on the side of the chemical bank near the corner of 11th and 1st, and is in print large enough to be seen from the back seat of the cab as it lurches forward in the traffic, leaving Wall Street, just as Timothy Price notes the words, a bus pulls up, the advertisement for Les Miserables on the side, blocking his view. But Price, who is with Pierce and 26, doesn't seem to care because he tells the driver he will give him $5 to turn up the radio, D My Baby on WYNN. And the driver, black, not American, does so.
It's not Bright Lights Big City, is it?
You're within the ballpark that author.
Okay, how about Lesson Zero?
Lesson Zero is by Bright Lights by Jay McInerney. The authors are good friends, or were good friends at one time, I think, or associated very closely to each other.
So it's not those two?
You mentioned both those novels were by Jay McInerney.
Well, no. Bright Lights, Big City was, but then.
Oh, wait a second. Well, let me peek in the front here and make sure I actually have this correct. I might have it incorrect.
Because Less Than Zero is that.
Okay, Less Than Zero.
Easton Ellis.
You got the right author. Less Than Zero.
I thought that was Bret Easton Ellis.
Okay, we've got a correct answer in the comments. Do you want me to reveal it?
Yeah.
American Psycho.
Oh man. No. Okay, so I got the author, but not the right one.
Right, but not the title.
Okay, I get one.
You get one.
God, man, this is harder than I thought. Okay, I know I'll get you with this one. What's it going to be then, eh?
What's it going to be then? A. I know that one. What's it going to be then?
You need another line?
Give me the second line.
Okay. Let me get the book out. What's it going to be then, eh? Okay, you'll get it now for sure. There was me, that is Alex, and my three Drews, that is Pete, Georgie, and Jim.
Yes, it's Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess.
It is. Give you 1 point for that. Okay, your turn.
Okay, my turn. You don't read a lot of science fiction, do you?
Not a lot, no.
I
like it.
You read a lot of you don't read a lot of Victorian books either.
Not really. You know, till Victober came around, I'd never even read Wuthering Heights.
All right.
Now I've read that like 4 times. I'm a big fan of Wuthering Heights.
I think you have read this book before. Not positive, but I think you have. In the first weeks of World War II, in the fall of 1939, a 6-year-old boy from a large city in Eastern Europe was sent by his parents, like thousands of other children, to the shelter of a distant village.
Oh. Sci-fi shit.
No, this is not sci-fi. I didn't pick a sci-fi because you said you didn't read a lot of sci-fi.
Okay. God, it's not Pynchon, is it?
No, it is not Pynchon.
Yeah, I'll never get it.
Okay.
Unless you give me another hint.
The author came from Poland. And English is not his native language. There is some question by some critics that he did not write this book, that he stole it from someone else or had it ghostwritten for him.
Wow, damn. I don't know. I have to admit. No guess. She's talking about Clockwork Orange.
Oh, wait a second. We've got a correct author in the comments. Do you want me to reveal the correct author? Jersey. That's the author's first name.
I don't even know.
Okay. The Painted Bird by Jerzy Kosinski.
I've heard that. That's a hard one.
Kind of famous.
Boy, that was hard. Let's see now. Well, I picked a lot of easy ones.
Pick something your most obscure.
Okay. How about this? In my younger, more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since.
The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Boy, you're good, dude.
All right.
Good. You're really good.
Let me try this one. I'll give you 2 sentences and you'll definitely get it by the second. It was love at first sight. It was a guess for a previous question. You guessed the title.
Bright Lights, Big City?
No, I didn't. I have no duplicate authors.
You what?
I have no duplicate authors in my list.
Okay.
Oh no, that was Jay McInerney. So I guess that isn't. I keep getting those two confused.
Can you read it once more?
It was love at first sight.
I don't know.
I'm going to give you the second line, but I'm not going to give you the character name yet because that would be a dead giveaway.
Okay.
It was the first time blank saw the chaplain. He fell madly in love with him. Blank was in the hospital with a pain in his liver that fell just short of being.
Is it Hemingway? Hemingway?
Not Hemingway.
Fitzgerald?
Not Fitzgerald.
Shit. I'm bad at this. I don't know. Give me the character's name. I probably won't even know that.
I'll read the first 2 sentences with the character's name. It was love at first sight.
The English Patient?
No. The first time Yossarian saw the captain, he fell madly in the chaplain.
Oh, okay. That's Gene Wolfe, right?
The first time Yossarian saw the chaplain, he fell madly in love with him.
Yossarian. That's not Gene Wolfe?
No, it's
Is
not.
It Dan Simmons?
Not Dan Simmons.
Oh man, Yossarian. Oh.
The title of this book has turned into a common word in the English language.
Joseph Heller?
Got an author.
Catch-22?
That's it.
Wow. See, I've never read that.
Oh, you haven't read that?
Should I read that?
Yes, it's a good one.
Yeah. I have to read that. Okay. I'm running out. I'll have to get some more. Here's one. See the Child.
See the Child.
Yeah.
I know that one. Is the author a woman?
No.
No? Okay.
I can read the second sentence.
I'll read the second sentence.
See the child. He is pale and thin. He wears a thin and ragged linen shirt. He stokes the scullery fire. Outside lie dark turned fields with rags of snow and darker woods beyond that harbor yet a few last wolves.
I know that book. See the Child.
We've
Okay.
talked about him. We've talked about him tonight.
Gene Wolfe.
Nope. Good guess.
Okay. I give up on that one.
Cormac McCarthy.
Oh, Cormac. Oh, dang.
I thought you were going to guess The Road. Yeah, I need to read Catch 22 too.
Yeah, it is a classic comedy book.
Oh, it's comedy?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, you can pick that. I picked that book up for a few dollars. I'm sure used. I'll get
all
it from
right.
Thrift Books. I got a free one coming out.
You want to call that a night on the on the titles, or you want to try to go for one or more, two more?
Let's go for one more.
Okay. Um. Yeah,
One more each.
David Hall is saying his clues are coming in a little late, and that's probably because he started watching after we started. My clues are coming through late. Probably better that way. Yeah. All right. So let's think of a sub. This one, no, that's probably too hard. That's probably too hard.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Give me one like that.
You see, I don't have a whole lot like that on my table because I wanted things to hold up. And I was talking with on a chat group that I actually don't have a lot of classic books
You
on
know?
the shelf because they're all on Kindle now. Because
Oh yeah.
I'm on Kindle and you have space, you say, well, I can get rid of my classics because
They're very inexpensive to buy on Kindle too, huh?
no, classics are often free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hold on. I have one over here. Let's pull this one out. And let's see how long it takes you to get this. The morning of June 27th was clear and sunny with the fresh warmth of a full summer day. The flowers were blossoming profusely, and the grass was richly green. I will continue. The people of the village began to gather in the square between the post office and the bank around 10 o'clock.
Is it Gravity's Rainbow?
I can quote you Gravity's Rainbow sentence from the top of my head.
You can? Wow.
A screaming comes across the sky.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. That's dumb of me. Is it Slaughterhouse-Five?
No.
No, hell no.
You go on. I still have not. That was the semicolon on the second one. I'll continue. Try to picture what the author is showing you to get this right. I'll start from the beginning. The morning of June 27th was clear and sunny with the fresh warmth of a full summer day. The flowers were blossoming profusely, and the grass was richly green. Now, here's where it gets kind of cluey. The people of the village began to gather in the square between the post office and
okay. Is it the lottery?
Yes.
It is? Shirley Jackson.
Shirley Jackson, The Lottery.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
All right.
I had to just put it together. One
You
more
did?
for me.
All right.
Okay. I can feel the heat closing in. Feel them out there making their moves, setting up their devil doll stool pigeons, crooning over my spoon and dropper I throw away at Washington Square Station.
Naked Lunch by Burroughs.
Yeah. You're good, man.
I'm going to read one more, and I don't think you can get this. This is an extremely obscure title. I mean, this is like really obscure. But I'm reading it because the author was actually a writing professor of mine at university.
Oh.
Solomon's Island is a tendril of land 2 miles long and half a mile wide that curls with a strangely languid and voluptuous look of tension, like a finger arched in ecstasy or death, into the estuary of the Patuxent River.
No idea.
Really, you will not get this. This is Southern Light by J.R. Salamanca.
I know I never would.
No, it's like he was my university writing professor, and that's
Cool.
the one I just pulled up because it's actually a very fun first sentence. But okay, so what's the final score?
It's 12-12, a tie.
All right.
No, I got 7 and you got 12.
Well, you were.
But with my 6 points,
it.
7 plus 6 equals 13.
Oh,
No, you won hands down. But that was fun. I'm surprised I got a few of them.
yeah.
I had to do some heavy thinking.
It is. I mean, a lot of those I kind of know in the background, like the Clockwork Orange.
Right.
I knew that one, but it just wouldn't.
Let me see if you get this one. Here's an easy one too. Regal Park, New York, circa 1958. It was summer, I remember. I was 10 or 11.
Don't know
You
that.
froze up or thinking.
What?
You don't know? Regal Park, New York, circa. What?
Give me a second sentence. I don't know if the second sentence will help.
Okay, let me see if I have. Okay. Last one to the schoolyard is a rotten egg. I was roller skating with Howie and Steve.
That one I don't know. Oh, man.
I kind of gave it away with Regal Park, New York, 1958.
I wasn't paying attention.
I feel vindicated in a way. I kind of got you there.
You did. I just
on a good one that we just read.
I know.
I probably wouldn't have got it either.
Mostly because you read a graphic novel and you don't think of as first sentences, even though they do have first sentences. MJ says that was fun. I wonder how MJ would do on some of these.
Yeah.
Sup Fools.
Hey, what's up? Did you read some rambles? All right.
Yeah.
I have to check his channel out.
Yeah, we got 6 people or 7 people, but one of them in the chat is me watching over here, so I can just see how it's going
Right.
along, and the sound's off. So we really only have 6 people, but it's okay.
So have you been reading Galapagos?
I started Galapagos this afternoon. I'm on like chapter 7, but
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
I had some things I had to do. I had to film a trio of book tags today,
Ah,
holiday book tags, because I got tagged by MJ for the
yeah,
Naughty or Nice book
yeah.
tag. I did that. I got tagged for the Vlogmas book tag, and you're going to be tagged in that is to answer questions. So,
Okay, cool. Thanks.
and then I had to do the Krampus.
Yeah, I tagged you, right?
You did tag me, so I had to squeeze all 3 holiday or technically 4 tags, because the Naughty or Nice tag is
Yeah.
kind of 2
Two.
tags. I just threw them together as one big tag,
Oh,
but
is MJ still here?
she was here just a few minutes ago. She says that was fun.
I know. I saw that. I wonder if anybody, like in the audience, has a question for us. See if, like,
Yeah,
we'll have like see who can name it first.
MJ says
Terrible.
terrible. Laugh. I guess she's responding. Like, how would she do in this first sentence?
No, give us one. Give us one off your show. First line.
First line. Oh, I still have some more over here that I haven't done. So, name me a genre.
Idiot.
Idiot. Name me a genre that you
Okay,
want
how
to do.
about how about like mystery?
Mystery. Which one will be easier? All right. All right. Here is a here you go.
I'll tag you next time.
Someone tagged me.
Baby.
Crybright wants to be tagged in something. Okay.
Yeah. I'll tag you in something.
I'll tag you. Do you know a lot of books about New York City?
Me?
No, I'm asking. Cry before by Films wants to be tagged, and I'm asking, do you know a lot of books about New York? Because I have a New York tag that I'm going to be doing for next week.
Wow, cool.
So I can definitely tag you if you want to be tagged in that. Okay, so you want a first sentence from a mystery book. They threw me off the hay truck about noon. And this is a very famous mystery book or crime novel with perhaps one of the most famous titles of any crime book. Let me go on. They threw me up.
Is it Raymond Chandler?
No. Let me go on. I had swung on the night before down at the border, and as soon as I got up under the canvas, I went to sleep. And as I said, the title of this book is one of the most famous titles of all American literature.
Oh my God. And it's a mystery?
It's a mystery crime novel.
Oh my God. Do you have and have not?
That's Hemingway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mystery. I give. And David Hall has a, yeah, he's got one for us after this.
Yeah, I have it up. I'm going to read that just as soon as we finish this one. You give
Okay.
up?
Yeah, I give up.
Okay, let's see how long it takes. Who delivers
Okay.
who delivers your mail?
Oh, the postman always rings twice.
That's it. Postman always rings twice.
Who wrote that? I forgot.
James M. Cain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's a book that's like 120 pages, so you can read it in a
Oh, is
day.
it?
It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
is one of the best crime novels ever written. Okay, we got some comments that are going good right now. David Hall, here's a fun one for you both. This is how it started. I never said a word. Not one word.
Kafka?
No, it's not Kafka. I'm pretty sure that's a mystery novel of some sort. But it's not coming to the top of my head.
Me neither. What is it, David? We give.
Or give us a little bit of a clue. I know there's a bit of a delay between us speaking and comments coming up. So just gotta work its way through. Oh, David Hall says, I'm jumping around on the comments. Not mystery. Classic French. This is how it started.
Is it Proust?
Proust would never have a 4-word sentence. He would have like a
I've
40.
never read Proust.
David Hall, Celine, Journey to the End of Night. That's a good one. I actually have that on my shelf somewhere, or at least on Kindle. Okay, let's see. We have another one here. Hold on. Ships at a distance have every man's wish on board. For some, they come in with the tide. For others, they sail forever.
Pat Conroy. Prince of Tide.
That's your guess? Prince?
Yeah.
You'll have to wait the comments to catch up. But that one I don't. Someone has a guessed that title is actually Their Eyes Were Watching God.
Oh.
That's a book that I've always meant to read, but I have never got around to reading yet. So that could be. MJ, I just filmed that one.
Oh, you did?
No, maybe MJ was talking about the New York tag.
Oh.
We just mentioned that. So I'm guessing that's what she's talking about. Crybaby Films, LOL. I should just make up a tag myself. Oh, yeah, totally. Their eyes are watching God. And yes, Crybaby, you should definitely make your own tag. Making your own tag and tagging people is a good way to build up subscribers. So we got Celine. Yeah, we got that comment. I've been meaning to get to that. Is it great? Yeah, MJ, Postman is so good. It really is.
I've only seen the movie with
David Hall, the opposite of
Je-
Proust. He's probably.
Jessica Lange. The movie with Jessica Lange.
I have not seen that movie.
The Postman Always Rings Twice.
No, I have not seen the movie. I have only read the book.
Jack Nicholson.
That's right. Oh, here's one, and I know this one. Justice. You get justice in the next world. In this world, you have the law. Now, you should get this because we buddy read one of this author's novels earlier this year. And that's I almost pulled that one to read for this thing because it's actually one of the best first sentences. Justice. Now, no. Wait a second. Listen to how this is happening, and you can guess the author. Justice. That's someone talking. You get justice in this world. No, you get justice in the next world. In this world, you have the law.
Let's see. I got it. It's on top of my head. Is it? Hang on one second. Shit. Is it Ray Chandler, The Big Sleep?
No, we didn't buddy read that this year.
That was a group read, wasn't it?
That was a group read, but I wasn't part of it.
Oh, I can't remember. We buddy read a lot of books.
Okay. Let me say the first sentence approximated to the book. Money in a voice that whispered.
Oh, JR.
Okay, you got the author. You remember the author's name?
Oh yeah, William Gaddis.
Right. You know the title he's talking about?
The Recognitions?
No, not the Recognitions.
Not JR?
Not JR. Oh.
Those are the only two books I know by him. Oh no, oh shoot. Ah.
Hey Nathan, how's it going?
I give
A Frolic of His Own.
Oh, I got this book.
Huh. Yeah, we're doing that in March. All right.
I really liked JR. That was, for a brick of a book, that was really entertaining.
It really was. And for anyone, watching, Alan and I and Sean Steadfast, Sean Steadfast are going to be reading the Recognitions, the buddy read for March of the Mammoths. Hello, Angus Anatheum.
Yeah, I'm reading, let's see, I think I'm reading another book in March, but just two.
Well, the Recognitions is going to take most of my attention for March because I don't think that's a book that I can read while reading anything else because it's just going to be totally absorbing.
Now, have you read it before? I forgot.
No, I have not read
The Recognition.
The Recognition.
Yeah, it should be good. I love that, all the art world and art forgery. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm also reading, I'm a big John Irving fan, so I'm reading his new one, The Last Chairlift. And that's like over 800 pages long.
Wow. I've read a couple of John Irving's. A Prayer for Owen Meany is my favorite. I have read A Cider House Rules. And
I like that a lot.
A World According to Garp. Well, Nathan, happy getting off work. Are you getting off on the East Coast, or are you on a different time zone? So it's really not so late.
Yeah, Nathan said he'd stop by if he got off work in time, so that's cool. Yeah, but John Irving, my favorite John Irving is a Widow for 1 Year. That's he does some like magic in there. I don't know how he does it. And then I like Until I Find You. That's a tattoo book. But I like his books. They ultimately, like, a character will end up in Amsterdam. You know, a lot of his books kind of take place over in Amsterdam, or they travel there. So that's a place I want to visit.
Yeah, definitely.
It's something just really calming to me about a John Irving novel. I just like I'm in good hands, and just along for the ride. It's real like pleasure.
Idget says Recognitions is amazing.
Ah, great! Can't wait to read it.
Yeah. And Idget says, I love that Dalkey edition. Yeah, Dalkey has just kind of didn't totally go out of business, but their founder died. And it's being resuscitated by the guy who does Open Letter books, all the translations, Chad somebody. And he's bringing out Miss Macintosh, My Darling by Marguerite Young.
I've heard of that book.
Hold on. This is Miss Macintosh, My Darling.
How many pages is it? Really big, isn't it?
I was about to tell you. In this edition, it is 1,198 pages long. And I don't think the camera can do this justice.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
Look.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to skip that.
I actually might buy.
I'd rather spend more time. I'd rather spend more time in Finnegan's Wake, I think.
Yeah,
that's my opinion about Infinite Jest, too. I haven't read Infinite Jest.
Oh, that's good, because I had that as a potential first sentence. But the print on this is so small that my aging eyes would freak out.
I got to take a little break, too.
All right. Yeah, I think Alan will love the Recognitions. Idget is talking about so dense, but so rewarding for the Recognitions. Yeah, I have the Recognitions right there. That's my paperback.
Can't see it. It's out of view.
It's out of view. This is my paperback of the Recognitions. And the print's bad, but not that bad. I also have the ebook version and the audiobook version. So
I have the Audible too.
Yeah, the narrator for JR is one of the best audiobook narrators. He did such a fabulous job.
Yeah, I used audio on that too. But does he do the Recognitions?
Yes, he does. He does the Recognitions.
Oh, great!
And he does Carpenter's Gothic, which is like a 250-page book by Gaddis, which is really short. And MJ said, "Hi, Nathan." So Nathan says, "I'm doing Brother Cadfael Mysteries with Scott Bryant." I can't remember if I read one. I might have read a Brother Cadfael mystery a long, long time ago. Nathan's in Central Standard Time, so it's just like he's getting home about 9. Not too bad.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to talk about.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
I'd like to talk to. I'd like to talk to Scott Bryant about the tarot sometime. And we've talked briefly, like in chats, but we both used to be like professional tarot readers. So, and I still read tarot, not like for the future, but as meditation and like just for myself to like start my day out, things like that, or clarification. But tarot is really I've been studying it 40 years.
Okay, yeah. I can definitely see the sort of like working through the cards and just slowly making interpretations. But yeah. Oh,
yeah, right.
I've heard of Macintosh. And that's the one I just showed you, the mixed Macintosh, My Darling. And the premise of that book is a young woman boards a bus, and she's going to visit her nanny or her ex-nanny in another state. And the whole book is her thoughts on her bus ride. Nanny.
God, it sounds like the Ticket to Bounty.
The what?
Wasn't that called the Ticket to Bounty with Geraldine Page? About a bus trip?
Oh, MJ's saying she's got to sign off. Good night, MJ. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks a lot, MJ. Appreciate it.
Brother Cadville, this is Nathan. Brother Cadville from March Mystery. Just realized yours was from March Mystery Madness.
A lot of stuff going on in March.
Up and saying the wrong thing. March of the Mammoths. Yeah. Oh, there's the March Mysteries going on too. Some people join that.
A lot of James Joyce stuff going on in March for St. Pat's Day. Like Una and I at the Codex Cantina, we always do something. Plus, Una's threatening to read Ulysses next year.
Yeah, you know, I've listened to the audiobook of Ulysses, but I want to read it while listening.
Yeah, I'm buying that new Centennial Kathleen Flynn edition. Costs like $35, but I'm buying that for Christmas.
Crybaby Films says that I need to read Infinite Jest too. And this was one of my options for a first sentence that I was going to pick.
I wouldn't.
Just I'm sure you know, getting into this is not a short book.
I know it has a lot of endnotes, and it's like, doesn't it supposed to replicate a tennis match? Going back and forth.
There's a lot of tennis in here. It's 1,079 pages long. There are footnotes that are pages long. And again, this is not small print. Steve Donahue hates this book with an unholy passion. I read it.
I probably would agree with St. Donahue on that.
I read it. I didn't really love it, but I didn't hate it. I think there is a lot in that book for people who want to find stuff in that book. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about. I don't know a lot about the writer, David Foster Wallace, but I mean, he was mentally ill, right? He wore that bandana to keep his thoughts in or something.
I don't know. He did commit suicide, but that's not necessarily saying he was mentally ill. He might have had some issues.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Suicide is a tricky thing. I've had suicides in my family, like two cousins, one a long time ago, one about 6 years ago that was really shocking. But yeah, I guess you don't have to be mentally ill to commit suicide. It just takes like a moment of having a bad day.
It can.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of the people who are having a bad day commit suicide by firearms.
Yeah.
Because your firearm is in your drawer. You're saying, my girlfriend dumped me. Life is over.
Crazy.
And really, if you thought about it the next day, you're going, there's a better girlfriend out there for me somewhere. But that's Crybaby Films. I'll probably love it if Donahue hates it. I sometimes feel that way myself. I sometimes feel like Steve Donahue latches on to a book and criticizes it for the wrong reasons. But he's also spot on in other places. So it's really kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to him. I mean, I've tried before, but it's just too much.
He makes too many videos.
Yep.
Oh, Crybaby says,
what?
I need to read Moby Dick too.
I do too, Crybaby. I've never read Moby Dick.
I've read Moby Dick once in high school, once an audiobook, and once on my own, but I need to reread it. So we may be here forming a possible Moby Dick read along sometime this year. And I could go for it. So let's just put that on the back burner, because I know it's not even the first of the year, and already my 2023 reading list is getting very full.
I know. I want to read Shadowram next year too.
We do want to read Shadowram, so
that's a great book. You'll really like it.
We're not doing that for March of the Mammoth, but is it a hard book to read, or does it go pretty quick for its?
No, it's not hard. Not hard at all. It's a page turner. All right, so let's. It's kind of big. Well, you have it. You know how long it is.
I know it's like 800 or 900 pages, but
no, it's an easy read.
Okay.
A lot of crime and sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And
Nathan says, "Join us, Crybaby." Is that for Moby Dick or is that for Ulysses? I don't know. They're both. Those are two books that may be coming up next year. Moby Dick was amazing, says Idjit. I agree. It's mine and Scott's favorite book. I would say that Moby Dick is quite possibly the best novel ever written in America.
Wow.
It really, it really is amazing. I mean, it's hard.
You know why I haven't read it? In grad school, my best friend was a Melville scholar, and I was into Joyce. And he'd never read Ulysses, and I never read Moby Dick, and I just kind of was a contention with us, and kind of, it was in fun, but I just never got around to reading it. I know what it's about, and how every other chapter goes into minutia about whales. And
it's a very complex book. And now here, Idjit says, I know chapter 23 by heart. Whoa. So what's going to happen is after we get off this, I'm going to look up chapter 23 and just take a look at chapter 23. Nathan says, Moby Dick! Exclamation.
That's what he meant. Yeah, okay. I think somebody else wanted to read Moby Dick too. I'll remember it when this is over.
But Nathan says, my favorite chapter is The Funeral, chapter 69. And that's not a joke. It's actually such a good chapter.
Oh.
Okay. Well, is it? The problem with these discussions is that we keep coming up with all these books we want to read, and we don't have time to read everything. But so far, we're doing Shanaram, Recognitions, maybe Moby Dick, and maybe Ulysses. That's a lot of reading.
Yeah, we're both retired.
Yeah, but I'm a slow ass reader.
I'm pretty slow too. Like I like reading in my chair, but if I lay down, I just got this really good mattress. It's about 2 feet thick with a pillow top on it. It's a queen size. So when I lay down to read, I'm like, I got to read in my chair now. It's so comfortable. I just go to sleep.
I have that problem sometimes when I'm reading on my couch, and it's just so comfortable. And I have a cat that comes and sleeps on my lap, and cat's falling asleep. And I'm saying, oh, you're a sleepy cat. I can be a sleepy human, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I wish I had a pet, either a cat or a dog. I'm really close to getting one. But I checked some of the, I didn't check the pound, but I just like, I'm searching for adoption, pet adoption in Portland, and they all want like $300 or so. If I rescue a dog, I just want to pay 50 or so for it. If
Really,
I'm going to pay $300 or $500, I might as well try to get a miniature schnauzer, an AKC.
it's really odd because, my wife and I adopted 2 cats in February, and we adopted them from our local SPCA, and they had like 1 cat, $75, 2 cats, $100.
Oh, yeah.
And we wound up with 2 cats, but that's because when we went into to see the cats to see which one you like, they had a couple cat rooms, and I sat in a cat room with, his name was Trike at the time. He was a little 3-legged cat, and I sat down on the floor. I picked him up. I put him in my lap. And he just rolled over and let me rub him, and he was purring. He's all happy. I tell my wife, he's the guy. We're taking him.
Yeah.
Well, let's go see another cat to see which one we love the best. So we went into another room, and we found her. At her time, she was called Morticia, and she was another great cat. She says, okay, we love them both. We'll just take both. And we had a third cat that was pounding on my head, just like bam, bam. And I said, we got to get out of this room because we're going to wind up with 3 cats. So we had to leave pretty quick before we got more cats than we could handle.
I'm froze.
No, you're good.
Oh, really? I'm froze on mine.
Now you're moving fine for me.
Oh, okay.
The Whale Carcass at Sea. I remember that chapter. It's been like 20 years since I read Moby Dick, but I remember that chapter.
Whale Carcass at Sea.
Nathan, yeah, I was already doing Moby Dick in March with Brandy and Scott, but if anyone wants to join, or if you do also, then I'd love to reread it a 3rd time. Yeah, March for, at least for me and Alan, is the recognition. Yeah. And I don't think we would do the recognitions any justice by trying to squeeze any other major book in there.
No.
Hey, Nathan. Idjit, Nathan likes you.
Well met on BookTube.
Yes. Crybaby Films. I just lost my little dog. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Crybaby. I know what it's like. I've lost my dog in early 2021, and he was 2020 before 2020 before I joined BookTube. So 2020. It was a month before he died. Before the month before I joined BookTube, and yeah, I missed that damn dog so much.
What kind of dog was it?
He was a Beagle mix, probably with some sort of Rottweiler.
Oh.
And he was just a ridiculous. I mean, if you know dog, he was a ridiculous dog, but he was good. I remember when we first adopted him, he was 8 years old. And we used to go for long walks 3 times a day. You just walk around the block. I'd listen to my audiobook, and he'd just walk around the block and sniffing everything. It was just a great time. So I feel for your loss, Crybaby.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
It's so hard to lose a pet. I mean, people sometimes go, it's just a pet, but it's more, it's their family members because.
Oh yeah, just a pet. I can't imagine ever seeing that.
No.
Well, how long have we been on?
We've been on
Hour and 20 minutes?
hour and 25 minutes. So I hear my wife going to bed upstairs, so it's probably about time to wrap it up for the evening.
Yeah, I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Well, it's early where you are.
Yeah, it's pretty early. So, but I have a salmon fillet with some spinach calling me.
Okay. So we have to think of a topic for next week.
Okay. Well, something maybe Christmassy or.
Nah, let's avoid Christmas stuff. Yeah, Nathan says pets are definitely family members. Bella is like a kid to me and my family. Yeah, Nathan.
I like the name Bella. If I get a female Chihuahua, I might name her Bella.
Well, my cat's name is Bella. So we have lots of Bellas in BookTube. But yeah, she is just one of the funniest little cats. She has little fluffy toy balls, and she brings them to me and she drops them at where I'm sitting and wants me to throw the ball for her so she can go run around and chase it and bring it back just like a little dog.
Wow, that's great. Now, and then Pip is the three-legged one, right?
Pip is my three-legged cat.
Yeah. Otherwise known as Lucky. Well, what can we talk about next week? We could continue with Cormac McCarthy because you'll probably.
I'm not reading Stella Maris until January.
All right. We could talk about. Well, didn't you want to do like a mouse group too, or?
Yes, we should do a mouse discussion. I mean, Nathan's here, so let's just do a couple more minutes since Nathan is watching. Maybe Nathan would like to join. Now, if we did with Nathan, having him join in the stream may be difficult because I think he works later. And maybe
yeah, and I've tried to do more than two. I'm on my phone. I'm buying a laptop next year, but that might be better. But it always freezes up on my phone. Like if I do more than two people, we could try doing a group thing with mouse.
No, but we fine with you because it'd be hosted on my channel. So I'll bring it up to the mouse boxer group, see if either Nathan or MJ is interested in having like a four person discussion of mouse.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. Now for next week.
I don't know. Maybe we did first sentences. What else? Anything else you'd like to discuss?
Like I said, it's been a long day. Usually I take a nap. I feel like my brain isn't firing tonight. I'm surprised I was able to guess any titles at all. But yeah, we'll think about it and come up with something
Let's come up with something. Okay. All right. Well, we are at 1 hour and 29 minutes. So let's definitely call this a night. Thank you, everyone who showed up and watched and commented. We do appreciate your participation. And until next week, we
remain.
We remain. All right. Good night.
From Portland
and Virginia.